What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and C, joined by my own personal hot commodity,
That's me.
Smoking Aunt B. And today we're saying goodbye to 2025 and hello to 2001 as we jump into our time machine and travel back to the Attitude Years. We're covering Season 4. You can check out in the archives Season 1, which is December 97, all the way through 2001. Those are all on YouTube. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 seasons out now, so that's good. We're going to be steaming through the year, so make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell if you like what you're hearing. And before we cover what we're actually here to cover tonight, there was something that took place the night of the Royal Rumble 2001, which we didn't talk about, and it was the 2001 Golden Globes. That year, we're just going to cover quickly. The movie that won for Best Drama was Gladiator. Best Comedy Movie was Almost Famous. Best Drama TV Show was The West Wing. And Best Comedy TV Series was Sex and the City. And that just happened the night before at the Royal Rumble. And today we're covering WWF Raw Is War from January 22nd, 2001, live in Lafayette, Louisiana. This is fallout from the Royal Rumble 2001, which saw Stone Cold Steve Austin win the Rumble match, eliminating Kane. We saw Austin also screw over Triple H in Triple H's match against Kurt Angle. Drew Carey got involved. A lot to unpack here. So speaking of Triple H, he and his wife Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley come out to the ring, and Triple H has a sledgehammer, and he's talking about how tonight was supposed to be a celebration for him. He was supposed to be WWF Champion, but he's not thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And his plan is to stand outside with his sledgehammer and beat Austin brains in once Stone Cold arrives to the arena. But before he does that, he makes a challenge to WWF Champion Kurt Angle for a match tonight for the title. And then Stephanie also makes a challenge for Trish Stratus tonight. Angle comes out and accepts, followed by Trish Stratus, who accepts as well. Then Stephanie goes on to tell Trish that tonight Trish is going to be her bitch. So at least Triple H and Stephanie want to fight. You know, they're not hiding. They're not shying away from issues here. But that was the opening here. We've got Triple H and Stephanie wanting to fight those competitors here. So what did you think of this opening for Raw?
It was pretty good. I mean, we're fresh off the Rumble. Obviously Triple H is pissed. He wants revenge. Stephanie wants revenge. I don't know who Stephanie thinks she is going out there challenging Trish Stratus, but this is early in her career, so Trish isn't quite as stratisfactional as she is now.
She's not as stratified, which...
That's right. Okay.
There was a funny line that Stephanie said. She goes to Trish, "The next spanking you'll get is my hand across your face." And she talks about how since you want to get your hands on a McMahon so badly, I'll oblige you. So, of course, innuendos there to Trish and Vince, and we'll get more with that later on. Our first match of the night, we have a title change. Test defeats WWF European Champion William Regal to win the title. Test gets the win after a flying elbow drop, and Test settles the score with Regal after weeks of Regal attacking Test. What are your thoughts on Test?
This was kind of surprising to me. I didn't really see Test getting the win. And they've been using Regal a lot, like in big storylines, so I don't think Test was the one to dethrone him. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Maybe they're going to move him up to bigger and better. I don't know.
Test never did it for me. Like, he's a good wrestler and he passed away now at this point. But I can see him as a champion, but not the top champion. So I guess the European title is the best next step.
He wasn't the best with promos on the mic.
No.
Sure.
We then go to Triple H yelling at Vince backstage. He questions Vince's fairness for Trish because he wants Vince to book both Stephanie and he in matches tonight. And Vince is like, "I'll take this match under consideration. I'll think about it." So Vince playing coy. Next, we see the Acolytes defeat the Hardy Boyz after Farouk lands a Dominator Jeff Hardy. Decent tag match with no implications. These two teams have been fighting Which team do you like better, the Acolytes or the Hardy Boyz?
Um, I guess the Hardy Boys, but I do like the Acolytes
They're
too. They're
fun,
funny and
yeah.
they're cool, and you know, they even though they're like kind of assholes when justice needs to be prevail, they kind of step in and
Call them the Acolyte Protection Agency.
Yeah, even though they're like kind of heels, they're like kind of face at the same time when it comes down to skin and bones.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We then get an interview from The Rock earlier on in the night, and Rock talks about losing the Royal Rumble. He congratulates Stone Cold Steve Austin for winning it. He respects that, but the only thing that's relevant to him is that he didn't win, and his goal is to one day be WWF Champion again. So my question for you is, what do you think is next for The Rock now that he's lost the Royal Rumble?
I think, I mean, for the foreseeable future, I think Rock, Stone Cold, and Kurt Angle and maybe Undertaker are all going to be in that top battle for the belt.
What about Triple H?
Yeah, Triple H, too.
Okay, so you think Rock is going to still try to go after the title?
We'll see. Of course. I mean, that's all their goal, of course.
We then have Chris Benoit and the Big Show. Big Show returned last night at the Royal Rumble, taking on the new Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho and The Rock in tag team action. Rock hits Big Show with the ring bell earlier on. Benoit applies a crossface to The Rock, but The Rock grabbed the ropes. Big Show chokeslams Chris Jericho on the floor. So Chris Jericho is taken to the back. Jericho returns at the end of the match and tosses Benoit into the ring steps, allowing Rock to land a rock bottom to Benoit, and Rock and Chris Jericho get the victory. Afterwards, though, the Big Show chokeslams both Chris Jericho and The Rock. Benoit then shoves the Big Show for, he believes, costing him the match, and Big Show chokeslams Chris Benoit. So do you think the Big Show could be a number one contender for the title? He laid out pretty much everybody here.
I mean, this is the thing. He just left, and he comes back fat, and he still wrestles the same. But because he's such a spectacle, yes, he'll be in the
title.
Yeah.
It's just interesting with the Big Show because it's like he's only been champion once in '99, and then he lost early January, and then from down, it's just been like he's never been looked at as a serious contender, you know?
Yeah, he needs to.
Last year, he was dressing up as Rikishi and Hulk Hogan. You know?
Yeah, like he needs to like find the monster inside him and be like, you know, Mark Henry Hall of Pain style, like grr, you know, like he doesn't do that, and he makes himself look like an idiot a lot, and it's not, you can't take him seriously.
No. WWF Women's Champion Ivory comes out next with Steven Richards. She beat Chyna at the Royal Rumble because Chyna, this was a terrible botch. She was supposed to, I think, land on the top turnbuckle, but she just fell to the floor, and now her neck is, injured again. Yeah. So Ivory comes out with Chyna's new book, and she says that last night was a victory for the women of the world. She said that she read a couple of chapters of Chyna's book, and that she heard that Chyna's depraved lifestyle led to her fame, but right to censor led to her demise. And Ivory goes on to call herself the 10th wonder of the world. And then Ivory defends the women's championship against Molly Holly. Steven Richards pushes Molly off the top rope, allowing Ivory to get the pinfall. And my question for you is, who will dethrone Ivory? I mean,
I still think it's going to be Chyna, or Molly Holly. I knew she wasn't going to get it because I'm pretty sure either at No Mercy or the next pay-per-view, whatever one.
No Way Out, you mean?
Yeah, No Way Out. I think there's going to be some kind of crazy, like a stipulation match or something, and I'm pretty sure she's got to come back for revenge. So.
Okay. Next, we see Kane defeat Rikishi by disqualification after Haku comes out and attacks Kane. Both Haku and Rikishi attack Kane, with Rikishi sitting on Kane. The Undertaker runs out, and Undertaker and Kane destroy both men. They land a double chokeslam to Rikishi. So the Brothers of Destruction are back together, looks like, but Haku and Rikishi are a tough force here. They're cousins in real life, I think. I don't know if they really are, but
everybody talks about how tough Haku was. But I don't think this is like a big run for him. Right?
No, he's not here long.
He's already done that in his younger days. Right?
The biggest part of Haku's return is his fucking hairstyle, because that was
fro is
that was huge. But yeah, so I'm happy the Brothers of Destruction are back, but who cares about? I mean, I like Haku because he is tough, but
Yeah.
Knowing the bloodline history, I'm excited to see what took place back then. Next, we see the tag team champions, the Dudley Boys. They won the titles of the Royal Rumble against Edge and Christian. They will Lowdown defeat the Dudley Boys by disqualification after Bubba hits D'Lo Brown with the tag team championship belt. After the Dudleys hit a 3D to Tiger Ali Singh through a table. I don't give a fuck about Lowdown. I didn't even care about them when they debuted. It's supposed to be a gimmick against Indians, how they feel judged and they're prejudiced against, but it fell flat in my eyes.
Nobody cared before, nobody cares now.
No. We then see Trish Stratus leaving Vince's office, so clearly she had a little bit of fun with the chairman before.
She just had a milkshake.
She sure did. Next, we have Hardcore Champion Raven defending against Al Snow. These two men fight to the backstage area in the parking lot where Al hits Raven in the chest with a lead pipe. Al Snow becomes the new Hardcore Champion, but then a woman dressed up as a ninja arrives in a car and nails Al Snow in the back with a 2x4. Raven gets the pin, and Raven is the new Hardcore Champion. My question for you is, who do you think is the ninja who's under the mask?
I really have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Is it it's somebody new or somebody we know?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
So Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley then goes to Triple H. She finds out that Vince books them in the mixed tag match against Trish and Kurt Angle. Triple H is pissed because he wanted a one-on-one match against Angle for the title, so he throws a sledgehammer.
I knew as soon as they both challenged them, I knew it was going to become a tag team match because, I mean, first of all, he can't just go making his own title match without like Vince being before he could, but now. And also, it just seemed too good of a setup to have a mixed tag. I figured that's what was going to happen.
Well, our main event, we're talking about the mixed tag. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley defeat WWF Champion Kurt Angle and Trish Stratus after Triple H lands a pedigree to Trish Stratus. What a fucking dastardly bastard he is. Stephanie then pins Trish to get the win for her team. Afterwards, though, Stone Cold Steve Austin appears and lays out Triple H with a Stone Cold Stunner. Triple H was looking for Austin all night, and here he was. My question for you is, what's next for Austin and Triple H now that, I mean, clearly they're going to have to go at it again. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could see a Hell in a Cell or something. They're going to have some brutal matches.
I'm just shocked, though, that, like, Jim Ross didn't kill Triple H after he pedigreed Trish Stratus. Normally, he freaks the fuck out over shit like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised the King didn't
get in there. Yeah, try to help Trish's boobies. Well, we'll still see more from Trish and Stephanie. My question for you is, though, before we say goodbye, is what was your favorite moment from this night or attitude moment of the night?
I'd say Austin showing up at the end. You know, that was very attitude, and it was, you know, classic Stone Cold.
Yeah. Well, we're on the road to WrestleMania 17. We have No Way Out to get to. That's in February. So make sure to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell to stay notified when new content comes out. You can also check out our Raw recaps, SmackDown recaps. We are going to be covering No Mercy coming up soon. NXT's No Mercy. And we also have Crown Jewel coming up in early October. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.